Folks, welcome back to another episode of Ad-Free Radio. I'm joined, of course, by my friend Yeast Beast. Say hello, Yeasty.
Well, that's not actually my name.
That's his name, Yeasty.
But you know, I guess we're still doing just the YouTube thing.
Yeah, we don't have a solution to this yet.
And apparently, we're not allowed to say my name until like 5 minutes in the video passes.
That seems to be what's going on. You got to wait like 5 minutes, and then we can use.
Then you could say
your actual name.
My actual name. You know, this is gonna seem really silly, in 2025 or 2030, when people are listening to these old episodes of Ad-Free Radio after we make it gigantic, when they're listening to it on basically like the implant that's in their head because video monitors and screens and computer screens don't exist anymore, and they're going to be like, what's a YouTube? What is this censorship you speak of where you cannot say man's name? What is this?
What's the accent?
That's the future.
That's the future accent.
That's the 2030 accent.
I appreciate your
optimism.
That. You know, in your version of the future, this podcast is successful and everything.
It's successful right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in here. We're back after a long recess. A little bit too long.
Yeah, we were playing on the jungle gyms too long. What can we say?
I apologize for that. He apologizes for that.
I apologize for nothing.
He's showing absolutely
no
no
remorse.
He actually seems to take pleasure in the fact that like he bungled this. That he didn't. It was your fault. Let's be honest with them. It's been your fault.
Why is it my fault?
Absence.
What did I do?
You had things that were more important or better.
That's not true.
Opinion,
there is nothing
you'd
more
rather be doing than being here recording this podcast with me.
There is nothing more important to me than this podcast and the people who listen to it.
You're a lying sack of doo-doo.
Oh, 5 minutes. 5 minutes isn't up yet.
I said doo-doo.
We can't say she. Oh, almost did it. Oh, can't say beep.
I think what happened was he encountered like a bunch of hookers and then just went on like a 2-month-long bender with these prostitutes.
Why? How is that any different from like any other month in my life? Why all of a sudden is my hooker addiction getting in the way of the podcast? What are you talking about?
He doesn't have a hooker addiction. I'm just kidding.
Not
right?
that you know of.
Right. You guys see the way he's like darting his eyes around the room while he says this. Tonight you're in for a special treat.
A special treat.
I feel like we say that for every episode.
Because it is. Every episode is a special treat.
Every episode's a special treat. They can't all be special treats.
Sure they are. Sure they can. They are and they can be and they will and they have been. Ask the people from 2030.
Well, you heard them.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's settled. The argument made sense to me. I mean, how could they if they're all special, then none of them are special.
That's not true. They're all special because everything else is not special.
Well, they are all made with love.
There we go.
I'm surprised that he has any left after the love that he gave all those hookers.
That's not love. That's just pure lust, baby.
Okay. Tonight we will be displaying an extraordinary amount of ignorance, much more than usual. And I know because I know that's what they're thinking. They're like, how is that different from every other episode of this podcast? And the reason that it's different is because tonight we're going to be taking a look at some commercials from Japan. We've been talking about this for a while. We've been procrastinating it, putting it off. The time has finally come. We're going to take a look at these. He has not seen them at all. For my part, I saw 2 of them so far. The third one I just kind of saved myself for. I wanted it to be a fresh experience. He's not seen any of them. I don't even know what these commercials are for. There's going to be a lot of things. There's a lot I don't know about Japan, despite being, I would say, somewhat of a weeb in my ways. I do enjoy Japanese animation. I do enjoy Japanese food.
What's a weeb?
I dabble in history.
What is a weeb? I don't know what that is.
That is the first count of stunning ignorance on display here tonight.
That's not ignorance. That's me saying I don't know what that is. Can you please explain it? That's the opposite of ignorance.
Truth. But interesting fact, he's asking me what a weeaboo is, and I don't rightly know. I don't know where that word comes from. But a weeaboo is typically used to describe a Western person who has a fascination or an obsession with Japanese culture.
You consider yourself a weeboo?
To an extent. You're saying it wrong, but I'm not going to correct you on the pronunciation because I'm enjoying hearing you mispronounce it.
Is it a V or a B?
Weeaboo.
Weeaboo?
Here we go. Weeaboo is a mostly derogatory slang term for a Western person who is obsessed with Japanese culture, especially anime, often regarding it as superior to all other cultures.
That's funny because I thought that the Japanese think the same way about themselves, right? So a weeaboo is basically a non-Japanese person who wants to be Japanese.
I think in any culture, anywhere in the world, you're going to find people who have like this superiority complex about their own culture. I think that in Japan, there's a little bit of xenophobia. There's actually a lot of xenophobia.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
But that's besides the point of anything. What the point I was trying to make is there's going to be a lot of ignorance here tonight because there's not a lot that I know about Japan. I've never been there. I've looked at the history. Most of what I know about Japanese history comes from the game Dynasty Warriors, which was one of the installments of it's called Samurai Warriors, and it is one of the installments of the Dynasty Warriors franchise of video games, which typically take place in China and concern Chinese culture. But they did one installment of Japan where they went through like hundreds of years of Japanese history, like fucked it all up and like mixed up all the characters. There were people who weren't alive at the same time. They're hanging out and bullshit. So actually everything I know about Japanese history is probably fucking dead wrong. Do you know anything about Japan?
Well, to be honest with you, I think I'm good. I'm pretty good. I know a lot about it. I just watched Empire of the Sun, 1987 by Steven Spielberg. So I'm pretty caught
You're
up
to
date.
speed?
Yeah, I'm up to speed on Japan. I also watched the Bridge on the River Kwai recently.
That's a movie about Vietnam?
No, it's a movie about the Japanese, World War II. Same thing like Empire of the Sun. Japanese, World War II. Bam.
Bridge on the River Kwai is not about something that happened during the Vietnam War in Vietnam?
No, it's Japanese.
Yeah?
Yeah. Go ahead. You want to bet?
You're wavering.
I'm not.
Your confidence
Well,
is...
no, it's not wavering. I'm 100% certain.
Bridge on the River Kwai.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is
1957. How could it be about... if the movie came out in 1957, how can it be about the Vietnam War? Ignorance, ladies and gentlemen.
The Bridge on the River Kwai is a 1957 British-American epic war film directed by David Lean based on the novel blah, 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 blah. The film uses the historical setting of the construction of the Burma Railway
there we go.
in 1942-1943.
Mm-hmm. What year? What war was going on in that year?
World War II, but I will point out to you that Burma is not Japan or Vietnam.
No, but it is. But you don't understand what they're talking about. You should read that again. Trust me. I know a lot about Japan because I watched that movie and I watched that other movie. So we're good to go. You have now you watched
in early 1943, British POWs arrived by train at a Japanese prison camp in Burma.
Mm-hmm.
The commandant, Colonel Saito, informs them that all prisoners, regardless of rank, are to work on the construction of a railway bridge over the River Kwai that will connect Bangkok and Rangoon.
Mm-hmm.
Not Japan. The story does not take place in Japan.
Well, neither does Empire of the Sun. It takes place in China and Hong Kong. But
so why are either of these movies? Okay, I understand there's Japanese characters.
Japanese in them because this is what I know everything about Japan. I watched these two movies. Neither of them took place in Japan, but there are people who probably aren't Japanese actors playing people who are Japanese characters. Trust me, I'm good.
Well, that checks out. He's an authority.
I ate some sushi a couple of weeks ago from a fucking vending machine in Manhattan. I'm good.
I just looked at him like, did you really? He's joking. He would never do that. That's fucking vile.
I'm not gonna tell you if that was a joke or not.
It seems like something that you would do, though.
I know people who
that does exist, right? Sushi in a vending machine.
Not in New York. wait, fuck. We got to take this part out of the podcast because I don't want anyone stealing that fucking idea. It's golden. We're going to make $1 million.
I'm not going to edit that out. That sounds like a lot of effort.
Yeah, by the time 2030 runs around, watch. The idea is going to be stolen. There's going to be billionaires built on the industry of sushi coming out of vending machines.
I do think it's a great idea if you want to give a bunch of people intestinal parasites.
Yeah, well, or if you want, easy, quick, convenient sushi.
So let's dig into the commercials finally.
What do we got coming up first?
We have a suggestion here from a very good lad and a good friend of mine, I'd say. His name is Fake to Gay. I'm sorry. Sick. His name is Foot to Mouth. Nope, that's not right. What's this fucking kid's name?
You are the last person to be talking about feet right now, my friend.
Shh. His name is Sick today. You know him. You love him. He first showed me this commercial about maybe like 2 years ago. Shit. The commercial is for Calbee Panchi. The fucking video does not adequately... I have to Google this to find out what this product is. Panchi chips? Chips. Okay, there is a... brand
chips?
of potato chips sold in Japan. Calbee is the name. Calbee. There's a very good chance that most people listening to this have seen this commercial before. I've seen it. Pussy has not. So that'll be fun to get his reaction. Here it is. Calbee Panchi potato chips. Roll it.
コンソメパンチポンチじゃないよコンソメパンチうまさが効いてるコンソメパンチコンソメパンチコンソメパンチパンチで元気コンソメパンチコンソメパンチポンチじゃないよコンソメパンチうまさが効いてるコンソメパンチコンソメパンチコンソメパンチパンチで元気コンソメパンチ開けたら始まるコンソメパンチポンチじゃないよコンソメパンチうまさが効いてるコンソメパンチコンソメパンチコンソメパンチパンチで元気コンソメパンチカルビー開けたら始まるコンソメパンチポンチじゃないよコンソメパンチうまさが効いてるコンソメパンチコンソメパンチコンソメパンチパンチで元気コンソメパンチカルビー
We're back. We watched 2 commercials there from Calbee potato chips. Give me first impressions, pussy. How'd that make you feel? How'd that make you feel?
Like, you know what it's like? It's like I just walked into a wall. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like more precisely. It feels like I walked into the wall, and then right now I feel like that sting of pain that happens when you walk into a wall, but you don't yet know that you walked into a wall. You just feel the pain. I'm in that area right now of the pain and the confusion of the pain, which is not severe, but it's enough to be like, what the fuck's going on?
So, what we have here, we have this dog, right? I'm gonna play the commercial. We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna do a play-by-play. Obviously, there's a song with lyrics. I obviously I'm not familiar.
You don't speak Japanese?
With this language. That may come as a surprise to you. So I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I think I'd like to know.
You know what? I have a feeling that even if we did know what they were saying, it still wouldn't make much more sense than it does now that we don't know what they're saying.
Hold on, let me see if I could get let me see if I could rustle up a quick translation here. Okay. I appear to have looked up the translations to Cruel Angel's thesis. I apologize for that. That is not. Oh no, I think what I'm finding out is that all of the Japanese lyrics to every Japanese song translates into the same thing.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah, it looks like that's what's going on here.
So a Cruel Angel's thesis is basically the same thing as One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII.
Kind of. So let's look at. You do that really well.
I've played that game too many times. So listen, this commercial, the first one, where the young Japanese boy is walking, he's looking despondent.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I tried to make sense of it.
Did you?
I did. Really, I have never seen this commercial before. You just showed it to me now for the first time ever. I said to myself, okay, we don't understand what they're saying. We didn't take the time out to translate it. But clearly what's happening is this dog smells that this kid has fucking potato chips. What are they called? Calbee potato chips?
That's what it is.
Hold on.
You figured out that much.
Hold on. I'm thinking that this dog smelled that this kid had potato chips, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna do tricks to get these potato chips. I'm gonna fucking change into a girl. I'm gonna dance.
You're right.
Hold on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do whatever." But then I saw the second commercial.
Yeah.
And the little girl in the beginning of the second commercial was looking despondent as well. So there's something about this dog. The overarching theme here is this dog is preying on depressed children, number one. But number two.
Of course it's got to get dark.
But number two. Well, it's true.
Oh, of course.
But number two.
It's got to get dark.
The second commercial debunks my thought that this dog was doing tricks for a treat, because that's not what's happening in the second commercial.
Oh, it's not.
In the second commercial, I figured, oh, wow, he sees this young girl. She's looking bad. Now he comes up to her and he fucking taps her on the shoulder. Okay, she was on a soccer field. Obviously, she was playing soccer, and maybe she didn't do well or something like that. And then the dog cuts to like a fish, and the dog is mimicking the fish. The commercial cuts to a hawk, and the dog is mimicking a hawk. So I'm trying to like piece the pieces together as it's going along, and I'm saying, okay, the dog is this inspirational coach, life fucking coach, that's coming along and saying, listen, you want to be better at sports, you gotta move like a fish, and you gotta
I think the word is
swing
shinigami.
like a hawk.
The dog is a shitty-gami is the word that you're looking for.
You know what? I thought that's where they were going with it.
Perhaps a yokai.
But then this fucking thing got abducted by aliens and came back with red eyes and gave the girl fucking potato chips.
Your theory
doesn't make sense in the long run. It's debunked.
Mostly checks out to me. I just have one question for you. What fucking dog? Did you see something that looks like a dog in these commercials? Because I just see like a nightmare fucking beast of terror. I didn't see anything that looked like a fucking dog.
What are you talking
saw a dog?
about? Listen, when I saw that nightmare beast of terror with the red eyes in the second commercial staring into me, I thought it was love.
What breed would this be? I believe I'm going to say Afghan, Afghan hound.
It's a Japanese dog, obviously.
A half Afghan, half human being. You see, there's an angle that you missed here, because I'm reviewing the commercial.
You're reviewing the commercial?
The kid has got a broken heart. You see the little thing over his head, the little bubble that had the broken heart in it?
A thought bubble.
This kid's having a hard time with women. Am I right? Women. Sheesh. So now this dog is got a sign here, right?
Holding up a big ear, a human ear.
And he's got a fucking severed human ear?
I guess so.
What is that? And what does it say on that sign? I feel like knowing what that says on that sign might be important.
No. You're wrong.
And so the kid is obviously confused. What's that? All right, so now we're looking at the part of the commercial where the dog's head got swapped out with a doll.
The dog is doing tricks. The dog's doing tricks for the kid. The dog's saying, don't I look more beautiful than the girl who broke your heart? Assuming it is a girl that broke this kid's heart. If that's even what's wrong with the kid. Maybe his fucking father beats him. Maybe that's the fucking problem.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
The dog removed
I'm sorry.
his own head and replaced it with a
With the doll's
doll
head
head.
from Curb Your Enthusiasm. That doll's head was down Larry David's crotch.
Yeah.
It made him fucking
I remember
itch
that.
horribly. And now this dog is wearing it.
Is the dog trying to seduce the kid?
No, you know what? I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get. You say I'm dark. You say I'm dark.
Well, let's keep watching. What else does the
Listen,
dog
you're
do?
bringing
what else
this
does the
to-
dog do?
No,
Stop.
I didn't-
What is that?
The
Why?
dog's
The
doing-
dog really needs to take a shit.
The dog's
So
doing.
he looks like he's doing a
no,
shuffle, like I need to take a shit shuffle to the bathroom.
Dog's doing karate.
That's karate?
He's doing karate
that looks
stances.
no, that looks like an I gotta take a shit shuffle.
No, you know what?
And-
A dog's I gotta take a shit shuffle is fucking wiping its ass on the ground.
I think but I mean, being a dog, he could just like take a shit wherever he wants. So
Well,
I
maybe
don't.
that isn't. But wait a minute. You just said it's not a dog.
I did say it's not a dog.
It's
Th-
not a
this,
dog.
This thing that is supposed to be a dog.
This alien. Okay, so we do know that there's an extraterrestrial angle
That's
to
the
this.
next. That's the next
Oh,
commercial.
oh,
let's
wait,
let's
wait,
just
wait,
hang
wait.
out. Let's hang out with the first one.
But wait
for
a
now.
minute. But wait a minute. You were saying this isn't a dog. There's something fucked up about this.
Obviously, this is not your run-of-the-mill average everyday canine. No.
So maybe it's not even a fucking earthly thing.
Oh, do you think this is like an insidious like invasion type of a thing going on here?
I don't think it's insidious. I think the dog thing alien is well-meaning. I think he does have an unhealthy fixation on young Japanese children
He
that
does.
needs to be addressed.
He's not doing a very good job of blending in here, if you ask me.
Well, actually, I think he is doing a good job of blending in because he's in Japan.
I think these commercials,
If he fucking went anywhere else on the fucking planet,
people might be confused.
people
by
would
that.
be like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
call the fucking like the National Garden."
Oh, you never seen somebody in a costume like this in Times Square?
No, I've seen like
Oh, right. They just fucking get naked and play guitar in Times Square. Yeah.
they just get naked over there and they just wear like shitty fucking Batman costumes from Batman Returns 1992.
The dog is doing something interesting with two frisbees.
He's doing tricks. The dog's doing tricks.
And his penis. He's covering up his penis,
Oh no.
right? With those paddles, perhaps. And then he discovers that kid is not paying any attention to him at all anymore. The kid has either reconnected with his lady, or found a new one.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
His,
He's a player.
his side piece.
He's got his gulmar.
That's his
He
goal.
found his gulmar. He's moved on pretty quickly. Kid's a fuckboy, huh?
It must be Saturday if he's taking out his girlfriend, because you only take your wife out on Friday.
That's how they do it in Little Italy over here. He moved on pretty quickly from the broken heart. But
The
that's not the
dog-
interesting part. The
No.
interesting part is the dog's reaction.
It's murder.
That dog.
Murder.
You know what? I wanna just take this clip and kind of like loop it and then play it with that fucking irritating like siren sound from Kill Bill.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. You know what I'm talking about? Because look at how like dark and soulless his eyes have become as the darkness fucking closes in around this dog, and that look of just dismay and horror and I mean, I think that the dog looks like he's had his heart broken, but it's more than that. I think this dog is maybe entertaining some vengeance in some capacity. Yeah.
The dog is definitely sinister.
But of course, the dog then gets over it pretty quickly because potato chips exist. Yay!
Food. What's the name of this
Food.
commercial
I
so
mean,
people can look
Is
it
there,
up?
is there any other way like to make a dog happy like instantly?
So if you wanna look this particular commercial up,
No, it'll be embedded into the podcast video, so they'll be able to watch it in the video. There will also be a link in the description.
but if some people are just listening and not watching, we should tell them the title of the video.
The title of the video is Creepy Japanese Calbee Consome Panchi Dog Commercials. There will be a link in the description of the video.
Good.
As always.
Good job.
You just pissed me off. Did you notice that? You felt it, right?
Wait.
You just pissed me off?
Wait, I pissed you off by doing something very simple?
You pissed me off.
And by performing a public good, I pissed you off?
Yeah, that's pretty much the size of it.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
So, I mean, this goes on. This video continues. We only watched 2 of them in the break, but look, I thought this was the same commercial looping, but look how many more of these there are. Look at this. Look, there's one with baseball.
If you noticed in the little preview, it looks exactly like what happened to the little Japanese girl.
Yeah, that is also in this.
So it's a remake.
I think.
Just play.
We're gonna play this. We're gonna watch it.
Let's see.
This is weird. It fucked up like the format of the podcast, but like who cares? Whatever.
We got no fucking
I'm
format.
gonna keep-
I
I'm
got
gonna
your format right here.
I'm gonna
Mike.
put the sound on, and we're gonna just like want to just talk over it, like react to it in real time,
Let's
like
just,
as we watch
let's
it.
just watch
Wanna
it
just
first.
watch it?
Let's see, because there's a lot of insanity happening.
All right, here we go.
My
Was that algebra? He looks like Bayonetta. What is that? A shovel? What the fuck? What was that?
What the fuck? Did you see the tail wagging?
This dog's solution to everything is potato chips. All right, here's baseball.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was a taxidermy dog. What the? Okay, I appreciate that. Oh, they scrapped. He's like, you should see the other guy. There's just dead dog in the baseball field.
The obvious question we have to ask.
Yeah.
The obvious question we have to ask is what type of mind exists where these types of thoughts go through it and then it comes out on the other end and it gets made into commercials in reality?
I mean, it's like this, right? Because I know your angle. Traditionally, both of our angles, ever since we played Final Fantasy VII, has been the craziest, most convoluted, batshit things come out of that country, Japan. But I want to remind you of the commercial that we did in one of these episodes that had a twerking cartoon ice cream cone.
Yeah, Baskin Robbins. I remember that.
Yeah.
I still have nightmares about the twerking fucking ice cream cone
Right.
from last summer.
Right? Remember that? So, I mean, with knowing that things like that go on in this country, also that Quiznos commercial that we were talking about the other day that we're gonna do in an episode in the not too distant future, with those weird like teeth hamsters, you know.
Rats.
I mean that you know, that's America. So
You know what? I posit this.
yeah.
What if, for both the Baskin Robbins commercial and that Quiznos commercial, what if the idea was farmed out from Japan? What if this is an entire industry that gets contracted from Japanese companies? What if every crazy fucking thing you see in a commercial, regardless of whether it's Salvadorian or Mexican or American or even fucking like Guamanese, what if it all comes from fucking Japan?
I think it's an interesting.
Because it's not just commercials. It's movies, it's cartoons, it's television shows, it's game shows, it's food. It's fucking food. The fucking food seems like fucking little crazy. Just a little crazy. Gotta admit it. You know? It's not just like, oh, hey, this country's commercials are fucked up. It's like, no. It's like everything that comes out of you.
Because you have no way of proving any of this, it's pointless.
I don't have to.
But I think that if you want to take that tack seriously, some of the things that feel so bizarre about Japan, I think, to a Western audience, results from the fact that Japan for a very long time was a super insulated country, right? That kind of like strictly forbade any kind of outside influence on their culture.
History lessons from podcast radio.
Which had kind of had the effect of, when you see something from Japan, sometimes the culture shock feels a little bit more jarring than from maybe some other parts of the world, right?
Like Guam.
Because of the fact that there wasn't any kind of cultural cross-pollination between Japan and the rest of the world. So they were kind of just like on that island by themselves, or collection of islands by themselves, just kind of going like, fucking nuts.
Up until
just going like, just going stir crazy,
up until the early 20th century when they decided they were going to take over the world.
Right. So they, I think maybe that might be and that is definitely not an academic way of putting that, but that could be an explanation as to why, some of the shit that we see from Japan just feels so fucking strange to us,
You think it's because of the God knows how long, definitely centuries, possibly a millennium. A millennia.
A millennium?
A millennial.
Like Han
It's
Solo's
a
ship?
millennial of time.
Like Han Solo's spaceship?
A millennia's worth of isolation, plus, like pretty, innovative thinking and way of life and all of that. Do you think that's the reason why? But these commercials...
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just
but wait a minute.
Talking out of my ass.
But we don't know. Because maybe they weren't bizarre up until they started becoming westernized. Oh.
That's
until the Guamanese invaded Japan.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
No, that's actually kind of really interesting.
I'm telling you, it's the Guamanese.
If you look at it in the sense that, because I think when did Japan first start receiving like heavy doses of Western culture? It would have been after World War II.
When they lost World War
Right.
II, they were fucking
Right.
occupied basically
so
by the United States.
So think of it this way, and actually, I'm thinking about a YouTube video I recently watched. It's Fred Knudsen's Down the Rabbit Hole video on anime, if anybody's interested, where he was kind of detailing, Japan's post-World War II history and how it was a little bit of a kind of just this massive infusion of Western culture into this culture that, traditionally had not even like a trickling little bit of outside influence. Maybe here and there. Like I know at one point in the feudal era, they struck some kind of deal with like the Dutch, which gave them like a little bit of contact to European culture, but it was probably negligible in the grand scheme of things.
In the feudal era.
Especially, yeah.
Look at you whipping out the fucking history books over here.
I might be fucking wrong.
I don't.
You know what?
I've never in my life ever heard you utter the phrase the feudal era.
You like how I'm Gamby? So, what I'm saying is, it was I think maybe the fact that they went from none, so to speak, of outside cultural influence to a metric shit ton of cultural outside influence, and they kind of didn't know how to fucking handle it, and then we ended up with things like, that commercial.
Hey, listen,
because it was like, we don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear about one thing. As bizarre as it is, I like it.
You do like it, right?
I like it. I listen. I want to put it out there. We're not shitting on this. We're not saying it's inferior. We're not saying that it doesn't make sense.
Pussy hates Japanese people.
Well, actually, we're kind of saying it doesn't make sense, aren't we?
Is what he's saying.
But you know what? Sometimes
he's not saying that.
Actually, I am. Nonsensical things are fun.
Yeah.
I like this. I love this stuff. Listen, the fucking there is
They are fun.
There is no way. I don't care what translation of the song, what translation of the non-existent dialogue you offer me of the exchange between the dog fucking alien creature and the little girl playing soccer in this game. There is nothing to logically explain what he was trying to teach this girl by fucking floating in the air like a fucking hawk.
I do think that there is.
You can't float in the air like a hawk to fucking stop a soccer ball, and then what's up with the UFO? He gets called back to home base because he's giving away the fucking trade secrets, and they fucking stuff his face with
These commercials.
You know what it is? The fucking potato chips are fucking they're fucking mind control shit.
This commercial
They came
was
from the spaceship.
Directly inspired by They Live. Movie They Live.
Could be.
Rowdy Piper.
Could be.
With the fucking.
Or rather,
aliens and
They
shit.
Live is
Obey.
directly inspired by this.
You think it's the reverse?
I think it's the reverse. I think that They Live would be more inspired by these rounds of commercials than the vice versa. And I'm telling you, that fucking mutt went up into that fucking mutt went up into that goddamn UFO.
Came back
With those red evil eyes and fucking potato chips, and he's fucking spreading that shit all over Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, don't eat this.
This is.
Don't eat this. And if it's not fucking the UFO, if it's not actual extraterrestrials, it could only be one person.
Oh Christ.
Vladimir.
Yeah.
Vladimirovich Putin.
To me, this dog's solution to literally everything is these potato chips. It actually corroborates your theory. The fact that, you're depressed? Potato chips. You got your heart broken? Potato chips. Don't know how to play baseball? Potato chips.
Yeah, that's oddly...
Bad at soccer? Potato chips.
That's oddly an Americanized logic, isn't it?
It really is. The solution to everything is potato chips. And it can't be a coincidence that this dog, I think, came back from... See, here's what's going on in that commercial. The dog is attempting to teach her. He saw that she was sad because she wasn't doing well in soccer, and the dog is saying like, "Come on, I'll show you like how to move to be better at the sport. I'll show you how to move your body to be better at the sport." Now, in this dog's, I don't know, just deformed
dementia,
demented,
deformed,
deteriorate. Oh, you piece of shit. Disgusting, warped brain. If you want to be better at soccer, you need to emulate the movements of birds and fish. Somehow, that has to be what his point was. Otherwise, I got nothing.
Okay, what was the point with the fucking the kid playing baseball? What was the point with the kid playing baseball? He said the kid messed up in baseball, and the dog, he wasn't trying to coach him. The dog was just trying to say, he was trying to cheer him up. He was
by
trying
like
to
doing
cheer
a bunch
him
of
up.
wacky shit.
Hey, listen.
I didn't like seeing a real dog next to the costume dog. Like it was like kind of like one of those like Goofy and Pluto together types of things.
You're talking about, and by real dog you mean obviously the mutt from outer space is the real dog, right?
No, the Shiba Inu. I think
the Shiba Inu.
What
did you just call me?
The one that they killed and
what did you? I'm out of here. That's the last time I let you fucking talk to me like this. I'm done. Podcast over.
He's actually walking out.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's a breed of dog. That might not even be the breed of dog that it is.
I have the headphones on. I couldn't really hear what you were saying clearly. I thought you called me a shithead.
I call you a shithead every day.
That's it. That's the last time I'm taking this abuse. I'm done. That's it. Goodbye. Podcast over. I'm leaving. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, you were just using that as an example of you weren't actually calling me a shithead. You were just saying you have done it before.
Oh no, I'm calling you a shithead right now. You are a shithead.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. Now that's settled.
Let's move on to the next commercial. We can't.
I'm not quite done with this.
We can't blow. Listen, here's the problem. We can't blow our wad on one commercial like this because I guarantee you, if the other two commercials are even like half of this, we're gonna be here for the next 3 days.
I mean, let's for a moment imagine that it's not an alien race of dogs that's trying to invade humanity, right?
And fucking infest them with these potato
Mind
chips
control
that
potato chips.
do something.
Mind control potato
do
chips.
something bad. Disinformation,
dog-
potato chips.
The dog gets abducted by aliens in broad daylight, by the way. Okay? I assume has something done to him and then is returned with, alien eyes now. And everybody's like really excited about it and happy about it.
Listen,
That seems like not a good thing.
No, that's how disinformation potato chips work. That's how they work.
They literally jump for joy because this dog's eyes have been replaced. I mean, it's almost like the dog was brought up into that UFO, de-skinned, and then it killed, and then one of the aliens just used the flesh as a cloak. Put it on.
It's a working
A little bit of like
theory.
a Men in Black type of a thing, right?
No, it's a working theory. I'm still more along
The
the
dog
lines
was an
of-
alien to begin with.
The dog's alien to begin with. He wasn't like recruiting this Japanese girl properly. And the head base guy, the guy who controls the UFO, was like, look at this fucking mutt. He's fucking up. Get him back up here. Give him the fucking potato chips. He clearly can't get the job done. Just give her the fucking disinformation
It was a tactical.
chips.
It was a tactical extraction.
Just tactical extractions.
And
Like
then
he doesn't know what
reinsertion.
he's doing. He's telling her to eat fucking sushi. That's what the fish was flopping around. He's telling her to eat fucking sushi.
And then they were like, he forgot. You know what it was? He forgot his mission.
He had a fucking.
He needs a tune-up. He needs to be reprogrammed.
He needed a tune-up.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
when he came back, his eyes were already was recharged and refreshed, ready to go, with his disinformation potato chips. That's what it is.
All right.
Disinformation potato chips.
Well, I think if we learned anything from this stupidity, it's that the solution to everything is potato chips.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously at this point, do you have any around here actually? No. No, but you do, don't you?
I'm not sharing my Panchi with you.
Fuck.
All right, so we'll move on to the next commercial at this point. This next one was recommended by somebody named Tyler Clardy. Thank you, Tyler. This is called Voiz, Voiz, Waffle Chocolate, The Secret. I've not seen this.
I certainly haven't. I've seen none of these
Let's
commercials.
roll it.
เอกทำไรอ่ะ
เปล่า
มือ
ไม่มีอะไร
แต่เรามี เราไม่อยากปิดบังเอกอีกต่อไปแล้วอะสัญญานะว่าถ้าเราบอกเอกต้องเหมือนเดิม
อืม
ว่าแล้วเอกต้องหลับไม่ได้ เอก
คนเราจะรักกันอะขอแค่อย่ามีอะไรปิดบังกันก็พอ
ขอบคุณนะ
ไม่เป็นไร
เสียงอะไรอ่ะ
ไม่มีอะไรนี่
แบ่งไม่ได้ Voiz Waffle Chocolate
อีกแล้วอ่ะ
หูฟาดแล้ว
อร่อยอร่อยกรอบกรอบชอบชอบ Voice
Well, that sure was something. That's Voiz Waffle Chocolate,
Okay.
The Secret.
Hold on. I just walked into another fucking wall.
Yeah, I know. I'm having a hard time with this one too, buddy.
God. Holy shit. I could say that the first thing that, not the first thing, but one thing that struck me initially
Yeah.
was the girl's shirt said, I believe what I see.
I didn't even. You were looking at the girl's shirt. That's what you were looking at?
That's what it said. It said, I believe what I see on it. That's what her shirt was. It makes sense afterwards that she takes her headband off and she has a third eye.
Yeah. What'd you think of that, man? Was that a?
Well, clearly this is
You're dating a girl, and somehow you make it several months with this girl, and somehow the entire time she's been wearing this headband, and you never seen under it, and you never maybe you thought it was a little weird, but you never pushed the issue. And then she takes it off, and there's it's like that, boom, bam, third eye. Deal breaker or no?
How about what's even more fucking weird is that she's dating a guy who doesn't have long hair. It's fucking summer out, and he's got a fucking mouth on the back of his neck that she's unaware of. But yet she sees everything.
You think at one point she'd have been walking behind him and would have seen the second mouth on the back?
You would think that at one point she would have been behind him, walked behind him, and with her fucking 3 eyes and her shirt that insists nothing gets by her, she would have noticed. Oh, there's fucking that was his fucking like twin brother in the womb that just like never formulated all the way. He just formulated into a set of teeth, and it's on his back. Oh, by the way, this Japanese guy, his father has to be David Cronenberg, by the way.
Son of Cronenberg.
There's no way.
That is a very Cronenberg-esque.
I'm telling you, I've
fucking
seen
commercial.
something like
he
that.
might have directed that, man.
I've seen something like exactly like I've seen a mutated version of this mutant. Jesus Christ, the layers right here. So that guy with the mouth on his back is a mutant.
Yeah.
I've seen in Dead Ringers, a David Cronenberg movie, basically a mutated version of this mutant from this commercial. This is totally Cronenberg-esque. 100%. It's a child of Cronenberg.
He could give like 2 blowjobs at once.
You know what he might be able to do? He might be able to give one long blow and neck job.
Well, wait.
One long
here's what we have
blow and neck job.
Here's what we have to ask.
Yes.
Is there 2 like throats?
I don't think so.
You think it's 2 mouths going to the same throat?
I think all that is on the back of his neck anatomically is just like it's an extra small canal that automatically loops down to the existing esophagus and throat, whatever, that area.
All right.
I don't think it's 2 separate like organs that they're separate.
It's got teeth. It's got to have a tongue, right? Because if he was eating,
it was eating.
If he was eating the candy with the mouth that that doesn't have a tongue, that'd be like dumb.
I don't think you can
and like a waste.
Eat solid food.
Eat something and not taste it.
Can you eat solid food without a tongue? I don't think so.
Maybe not. Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to it would have to be like really, really, really,
tongue
really
like helps
fine.
you chew and move the food around and shit.
I mean, like that's the point of it's like that's the point of eating is with your teeth and your tongue is that you have to break something big down to something small so you don't choke on it. But how can you do that without a tongue? So this thing has to have a tongue.
He could play like, I was gonna say like 2 flutes or something, but then he'd have to have 4 arms.
But
he could play like 2 kazoos, maybe.
Yeah, you could definitely play 2 kazoos.
He's good for two kazoos.
I could play 2 kazoos, one in my mouth, one in my ass, no problem.
Okay, that's a good point. So he could play 3 kazoos, assuming he only has 1 asshole.
I don't think he has one.
That's
asshole.
a big assumption.
I don't think she has 1 asshole either. Now that we're on it,
what makes you say that?
I think in this universe, everybody by default has at least 2 assholes. And that's normal. That's not even like, oh, well, that's abnormal. No, that's just like, no, you have. How are your assholes today? When you do something shitty to me, I call you an asshole.
Yeah.
In that universe, when somebody does something shitty to someone else, they call them assholes. You assholes.
Take it for granted. Everybody has more than 1 asshole.
Yeah, they both have.
Hey, Sonic, wait up. I think that this could be effects of radiation. They've had
I was
in the vein of like Godzilla and nuclear testing, and there was some reactor meltdowns and stuff in Japan recently. Maybe
I was going with the Fukushima meltdown. Yeah.
Maybe that's this is a consequence of that. We shouldn't be joking about that.
But wait a minute. But wait a minute. We're not joking about that. No. We're not joking about that. Fucking this is what? How else can you possibly fucking like explain what's happening here? These are fucking Japanese people with 3 eyes and
naturally
2 fucking
occurring
mouths.
Naturally occurring mutants, like X-Men style.
That wasn't made clear. The 2 assholes were made clear, but what you just said.
The 2 assholes was made clear.
Yes, it was made clear.
So
I think
You didn't answer my question though.
What's your question?
Third eye, deal breaker or not?
No, I've done worse.
What do you mean you've done worse?
I've done worse.
Well, explain that.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Let's just say that I've done worse.
No, I want to know what the fuck that means.
No, I'm not getting. She's perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with her. She's emotional. She's insecure. She's a beautiful young person who's probably been persecuted her entire life. Whenever somebody found out about this, she's obviously heartbroken about it. What's the worst about it? That she has a third fucking eye? It's like, no, I've gone out with actual cunts. You tell me that this girl is a deal breaker because she has 3 eyes? No, get out of here. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying
he
it.
says that he means women who tortured him and like psychological warfare, I don't know. I think that
it's a deal breaker for you.
If I like her.
First off, are we in this
I could do the
universe
third- I-
where
I would
everybody
deal with
has
the-
some
the-
type of abnormality?
The third eye. I don't know. I feel like these two. It's just a very wild coincidence that only these two have extra shit.
It has to be because let's really break it down. She walks into the room, and she reveals to him that she has a third eye, and she acts like this is a big deal. I've never done this before. This is obviously strange. A lot of people don't. That the few people that I have shown this to haven't accepted this. So that leads one to believe that this is a normal universe, a normal earthly world, and she is some type of mutant, just to stick with that terminology. But then all of a sudden, this man has a similar mutation.
It's a curve. That's the curveball.
And if that's the case, then why would it be in the beginning she is so upset about her mutation? Because it's too much. I'm sorry. It's too much of a coincidence for these two people to fucking find each other.
Yeah, it is.
And you want to know something?
Yeah.
It shows you what a scumbag this guy is.
I was just gonna say that actually.
It shows you what a
Yeah, I was just
scumbag
gonna-
this guy is, because it's not even like, oh my God, because if that's the case, that they're the only two people who have these mutations.
Yeah.
Then as soon as she revealed her mutation to him, he should have been like, oh my God, I know exactly what you've been going through. Take a look at what's on the back of my fucking neck.
Which she somehow didn't see up until then. Maybe he's been wearing a scarf the entire time, type of a thing.
Instead, he's just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Just don't eat my fucking garbage candy.
I mean, to me, the reason I was going to say that he's a scumbag is because, this is as far as him not showing her the second mouth, that could just be, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, type of a thing. But that's not what's going on. The reason that he's not showing her the second mouth is not because he's embarrassed or ashamed of the second mouth. He's not showing her the second mouth because he wants to be able to continue to eat the candy behind her back or behind his back, I guess. Technically. Also the fact that he's hiding the candy from her, I think it seems to be like this is going to be a relationship that is founded on lies. And it's especially distressing because she confided in him this huge secret. And he's just going to sit there and...
he's got a huge secret of his own.
He's going to sit there and kind of continue to lie about candy.
And his own mutation.
I think he's a scumbag. I think he's a piece of shit.
Total scumbag.
I don't like the way he's treating her. I think she deserves better than that.
Why? She could be a scumbag too. Just because she has a third eye doesn't make her a better human being. She could be a total piece of shit too.
In the 4 seconds I was given to get to know this character, and I am a great judge of character, by the way. I have determined that this is a kind soul.
Okay.
This is a kind soul who does not deserve to be treated like this, and that definitely does not deserve to found this entire relationship with this man that she obviously cares about deeply on a foundation of lies.
Listen, I'll say this. I don't appreciate how this guy is treating her, because he is a scumbag, because he is lying to her, he is keeping the fucking candy from her and not sharing it with her. And the biggest lie is that he's seeing how she's coming out and revealing something that's obviously emotionally distraughtful to her, and she's trusting him, and he's just brushing it off, and he's in a similar situation with his own mutation,
and continuing to lie,
and he's not sharing that with him. So obviously he's a scumbag. But having said that, she loses points in my book because she sees everything. She's fucking arrogant enough to fucking wear that shirt because she has a third eye that she doesn't want to reveal to anyone, and then she doesn't even know that he's stealing fucking candy bars or that he has a fucking mouth in the back of his neck. You know what? Not saying she's a bad person. He's the obvious scumbag, but I don't know. She
might be letting him take advantage of her. She's ignoring red flags and things like that.
She's got some ego issues, I think, personally.
A little bit of an ego.
I think she's got
that
ego
sure could have
issues.
just been a gift from somebody or whatever.
No.
You know?
No, she bought that herself.
I don't think the third eye would be a deal breaker for me. I don't think the third eye...
What mutation would be a deal breaker for you?
Maybe if she told me she was a libertarian. All right, we're going to move on to the next commercial here.
Wait, do we want to talk a little bit about the actual waffle, the actual fucking product?
Fuck no.
All right, then fine.
The last commercial that we have here tonight is a... this one gets around a lot. It's kind of a legend in its own right. It's actually a series of several commercials that combines into one long saga. And it is for a candy, a gummy candy of some kind, I think. This is a 6-minute and 21-second video.
Film.
A short film.
Epic fantasy short film.
When they're all compiled. This is Long Man, Size Matters.
Sakeru.
どうしたの？
トールさんが避けるグミ咲いてる時の顔が好き。
そう？
もっと長く見てたいな。
Long, long, my
危ないねあの人。
避けるグミ対長い避けるグミ。
キリンさんにゃ見てテナガザル。こっちはゾウさんだ。
ちーちゃんは長いのが好きなんだね。
別に意識してるわけじゃないけど。
気のせいか。
long, long, my
前にも言ったねあの長い人。
避けるグミ対長い避けるグミ。
出先で避ける組のマンゴー見つけてさ。
本
バイク便で送ったからそろそろ吹くと思うよ。
当？すごいタイミング。
サインお願いします。
long, long, my
ちーちゃん聞こえてる？
あ、届いたよ。ありがとう。
マンゴー味珍しいからたくさん買ったんだ。今度2人で食べようね。おーいちーちゃん。
避けるグミ対長い避けるグミ。
それ触ってみてもいいですか？
どうぞ。
長い。これどうやって咲くんですか？
こんな風に。
long, long, my
ダメ。
すいません。避けるグミ対長い避けるグミ。
はーい。
電話出ないから心配になって。
ちょっと寝込んでて。
これ持ってきたから一緒に食べよう。
今日は。ちょっと待って。今はダメ。
long, long, my
あいつが来てたんだ。
違うの。
避けるグミ対長い避けるグミ。
ちーちゃんどうして俺じゃなくてこいつなんだよ。
それは。
ああそうか。 長けりゃいいのかい。ビロービロー。
やめて、グミがかわいそう。
ビローよ。じいちゃん。
黙っててごめん。実は私もう長くないの。だから長いものを見ると安心できるの。
じいちゃん。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
どうしてそんな猿芝居したの？目移りするの地位の悪い癖だよ。
だって長いんだもん。
長さに騙されてんじゃねえよ。避けるグミ一袋分並べていくとほら同じ長さになるの。食べやすいようにわざわざ切ってあるんだよ。
トールさん優しい。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
ちーちゃん聞いてもいい？
何？
プロポーズってどんな風にされたい？正直に言ってごらん。
フラッシュモブは嫌かな。なんかこっぱずかしいし、フラッシュモブ以外は。
じいちゃん、僕と結婚。Long, long, my
耳長っ。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
ちーちゃん。
ダメ。結婚式までお預け。
シェーおやすみ。
おやすみ。
食べるとお締めください。
Long, long, my
どちらまで？
どうして？
は？
すいません。やっぱり忘れられない。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
叫んじゃねえぞ、はたぼうよ。
Long, long, my
来てくれると思ってた。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
私、長い間あなたのこと待ってたの。トールさんごめんなさい。私のことは忘れて。分かったでしょ？私はひどい女なの。
ああ、もうやだ。どうしていつも俺の前に現れるんだよ。
一目見た時から君のことが。
Long, long, my
トール君。
俺？嘘だろ。
高い言ったのに。どうして？
僕らはきっと分かり合える。
触ってみてもいいですか？
ああ、きっとみんな分かり合える。避ける組長い避ける組。
All right, so there you go. The saga of Long Long Man for the Sakeru Gummy Japanese commercial. That's I just read the title of the video, so that doesn't make sense as a sentence. But let's not worry about it.
Like most sentences that come out of our mouths don't make sense in general, but especially when we're doing a podcast about fucking Japanese commercials.
I mean, I don't even know where to fucking start. Obviously,
we walked into another fucking wall immediately.
I just let's start with the fact that the premise that this entire series of commercials is about penis size. Can we just get that out of the way? Just talk about the fact that this is about penises. This is just all about penis.
Well,
it's just they're selling candy and making making penis jokes.
Here's the thing that I learned about
penis?
the penis and the long and the regular.
Yeah.
Is that if you buy? By the way, I've never.
Oh, are you talking about the scene when the two girls are sitting at the table and she's like, "Oh, silly, if you put all the fucking smaller candies together, it makes a long one." Man, if that worked for dicks, so my small penis could be corrected by just fucking touching it with like 8 other small penises. Then we have one big penis.
No. What happens is this. You're wrong. You're wrong. What happens according, penis size according to Japanese logic, as interpreted by this series of Sakura Gummy commercials. And before I continue any further, there's a stereotype out there about like penis sizes in Japan. It's I don't know if it's
like Asian men in general tend to have smaller peni.
I don't know if that's the
compared
case.
to the global average or something.
But that has to play into the reason why this commercial is so focused on fucking like dicks and big dicks.
You think?
It has to be.
Well, I mean, the guy that she's lusting after because of his significantly larger penis is also Japanese.
3 main characters. We have Long Man.
Yeah.
We have Toru, and we have Chi-chan.
Yeah.
Those 3 main characters.
Yeah.
I think maybe the people who made this commercial, why they were so focused on penis sizes, was to address the stereotype of how Asian men have small penises by suggesting, going back to your point about how you have to dock with 8 men to make a big penis.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's
what
pretty
I'm
much
suggesting
what I meant.
is they're saying that in Japan, it only happens one of 2 ways, but both ways are equal. There's like the 10% out there that has the long, slim penis, and then there's the 90% of them out there who has the short, fat cock. I think that's what they're getting at here. I think that's what they're trying to get at here with the penis angle.
Now, long man's got like this fucking just absurdly like long penis.
It's 10.
But I like to think that it's very thin.
Yes, it's a pencil size thickness.
Pencil thin dick, but
like
very long.
14 inches. 14 inches, pencil size. So it's like you might not feel it go in. I don't know.
It's like, I mean, like, it's a bad time for like cervix.
I guess so.
And you're not even gonna feel like any kind of girth. Like there's no girth. It's just a long. If it's if it correlates to what the candy looks like. Right, which is what they're going with here. Then this guy's got, I guess, like a microchode.
No, he's got the 90%.
This entire series of commercial makes me feel very insecure about my penis. I don't know about you.
No, I'm not even thinking about my penis when I see this commercial.
I'm thinking about your penis.
That has nothing to do with the commercial. My dick is probably always on your brain regardless. I don't blame you. It's a beautiful penis.
You gotta see what he looks like right now when he said that. I wish you could see what he looked like when he said that.
I gotta be honest with you.
Oh, Christ! All right, he looked He looked like George Costanza at the fucking batting cages in that meme.
It's a beautiful penis. What can I say? It's a beautiful penis, Jerry. A beautiful penis.
All right. So.
Well, now continue. What's your point?
I don't know. I just I one thing I want to say is it always makes me immensely uncomfortable to see like depictions of infidelity and like betrayals of trust, like in things like this. I just kind of like I always hate that, I don't like it. I hate people who cheat. I hate cheating. I hate it.
You gotta ask yourself. I mean, like we've
Makes
seen
me feel
so many
disgusting.
We've seen so many commercials over the course of Ad-Free Radio, the podcast. We've seen so many commercials where we have questioned the behavior of the characters in the commercial because they've just displayed shitty behavior. Infidelity is obviously one of those shitty characteristics, and we're seeing Chi-chan display it in this series of commercials. The question is this.
Yeah.
When you figure out how to market a product and advertise it,
yeah.
Where is the logic behind saying, let's introduce these horrible characters as representatives of our product? I still don't understand it. I still don't understand. There's got to be some type of like lesson that you learn in fucking advertisement school when you're an advertisement major or whatever, where they say, shock them with something crazy. And it's kind of like that old notion that no press is bad press. It's like maybe that kind of rule applies to commercials with fucking vindictive, horrible people.
Yeah, this whole thing, it did make me laugh. It did make me laugh hard at several points. It also made me feel, disgusting. It made me insecure about my penis. It was an emotional roller coaster, is what I'm trying to say.
So it had all the makings of a jam-packed, action-packed thriller.
It had there's so much going on here. It's a saga. It's a saga of commercials, obviously. Whereby we're witnessing the collapse of a relationship. What's presented to us like a beautiful, wholesome relationship, and I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about Candy. She is cheating on her husband or her fiance because his penis is small compared to the other guy's penis.
No.
Because he has a small penis and he has a big penis. That's the thing that we're supposed to find like really funny about this.
What we're supposed to,
and I don't find that funny.
This is the lesson that comes out of the commercial. This is the lesson. Be true to yourself. That's the lesson that comes out of the commercial.
How so?
Because Chi-chan wasn't being true to herself because she never loved Toru, and part of the reason she never loved Toru was
penis.
What?
Small penis.
No, it's not a disdain for small penis, rather than it is a love for big penis. Tell yourself that next time you feel insecure about your dick. But hold on. So she was never true to herself because she wasn't into Toru.
She never should have been with him in the first place.
She should not have been with Toru to begin with. Yet she was. And then she's trash. To bring that, no, it's not that she's trash. It's the point, like I'm saying, the point of the commercial. Well, she is trash because she's a cunt for doing what she's doing. But the point of the commercial is not that fucking Chi-chan is a cunt. The point of the commercial is be true to yourself. That's the point of the commercial. Because if she was true to herself, she would have never put Toru on this emotional roller coaster, and then it all comes full fucking circle because at the end of the fucking saga, it is Long Man who comes out and reveals the truth of himself. I was never into you, Chi-chan.
That was gratifying. She deserved that. She deserved that. I feel strongly that she deserved that. I don't feel bad for her.
She didn't.
At all.
She didn't. I do.
I think that and I mean, the gay twist in Japan, there's nothing funnier than like the gay people. They're a riot in Japan. Like that must have been fucking so funny to a Japanese audience, right?
It must be horrible to.
I mean, I did find it funny, but to them that must have been like fucking hilarious. Like holy shit, top tier comedy.
Do you think
He's
that
gay.
if that's like top tier
like
comedy,
tears streaming down their face?
Do you think being an LGBT person in Japan probably is a fucking horrible experience?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I don't think it's a wonderful experience here either. But to me, I guess my last question, if I have one, is Long Man is the top, right?
What is with Toru?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I have no offering on this. This is not my.
I'll give you a few minutes to think about it.
This is not my. This is not. Why are we even debating this?
I'll give you a few minutes to mull it over if you need to. Let me know when you're ready to continue
He's the
the
top,
conversation.
but what if he's the power bottom? We've gone over this too many times.
Let me know when you're ready to
What, grow up? Let me know when you're ready to grow up and have an actual conversation. Let me know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have so many conflicting emotions about this commercial.
Can I tell you something? Honestly?
Yeah.
I kind of want to try the fucking Sakeru.
It looks
gum.
good. It looks like it could be good. It looks like gum. It doesn't even look like a gummy. We know it's a gummy candy.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks like fucking, like that tape gum, the roll up tape gum for foot fucking fuck.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look anything like that. Fruit roll-ups?
No, it's gum, but it's in a little fucking like measuring tape, plastic measuring tape, but it's gum.
I don't know. I don't know. But I will say that the Sakeru gummy, I would like to try it.
Then she wanted to fuck the rabbit in the mall.
Well, the rabbit was long, man.
You know
Look,
what her
she's
problem
got the
is?
infatuation.
She's kind of just obsessed with huge cock.
Oh,
because
wait
look at when
wait
she
a
gets
minute.
when she gets in the cab. Remember when she got in the cab? And there's this whole like dream sequence where of everything is the long candy and everything, and she was just like hallucinating like when obviously again the candy is a stand-in for penis. So that means that like her seatbelt was a penis, and like that guy in the front seat was actually long man, the man with like the huge penis.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you think we said penis during this podcast?
Penis.
If anybody would be so kind as to count
Pussy, penis.
how many times, what I think I'm gonna do is in the beginning of the podcast, I'll put a little recording. I'll be like, folks, we're gonna use the word penis many times in this podcast. So keep a tally. I'm just curious.
You can't put that in the beginning because
I'm just curious to see how many times we say the
You
say the
can't
word
put that in
penis.
the beginning because then we'll get banned in the first 5 minutes or whatever.
Well, penis is a medical term.
So is pussy.
Pussy. Is it? Is it?
So when you go into... Sure it is. It's a medical term. You're a pussy. That's a medical condition.
Yeah.
So listen, wait a minute. No. To be real. How about this? We're talking about how Chicha, whatever the fuck her name is a scumbag, right?
Yeah, I think she's a scumbag. Yeah.
I you know what?
I don't like cheaters.
I think she is too.
Not into cheaters. I have no patience for cheaters.
It has less.
You don't want to fuck you want the second you think you're gonna cheat on somebody, the second you feel like you want to cheat on somebody, then that means that there's a problem in your fucking relationship, and you should just end it. You should end it. Don't fucking lie to another person. You don't get to have the best of both worlds. Go talk to them. Figure out why it is you want to cheat.
Exactly.
Have a conversation with them. Find out what the fuck is going on. Why do you want to cheat? Are they not treating you the way that you want to be treated? Maybe they can't. And if they can't, maybe the relationship has to end.
Maybe they can.
And then you could go fuck long man.
Or maybe you can just have a conversation with them, and then the situation resolves itself. Maybe the person.
Well,
will
I mean,
be
you
willing.
can't make like your penis bigger, even though he tries in this commercial, right?
Hold on a second.
He's like stretching.
Hold on a second.
What?
You know that happened after a very important part in this fucking commercial.
Go ahead.
She's a fuck. We know she's a liar because she's cheating on fucking Turu, but we're glossing over a fucking massive lie. Is that she told him she likes long things because she's dying.
Oh yeah, she just fucking made that up, huh?
She's not dying.
She's such a fucking
if she
piece of
was
shit.
dying,
What a piece of shit.
if she was dying, when the next scenes be like, oh, like her in a hospital bed or her getting sicker. No, the next scenes are just like, oh, their relationship is repaired. Fucking Turu got over it because he's a cuck, and he has a small dick and he's a cuck and he's a fucking pushover. So she was probably like the next day he was like, what are you dying of? And she was probably like, nah, I was just fucking with you. I was
just joking around.
Nah, I was just joking. And then he probably threw another hissy fit. And then the next day after that, she was like, listen, take me to the fucking mall. He was like, okay.
He honestly, I'm disappointed in him too because he didn't have the strength to be like, fuck you. Like, he should have said fuck you to her so many times.
Maybe that's what gets him off. Maybe that type of abuse is what gets him off.
Like he's a literal cuck or something.
Yeah, maybe he's that's.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I you know what I think? I think he's
then
just.
Why would you stay with a person that number one, cheated on you, and then number two, fucking covered it up by saying I'm dying of cancer?
I think he is very emotionally invested in the relationship. He feels like he's put too much of himself into it, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to just throw it away.
No, I feel that
he's and that's wrong. He shouldn't feel like that. Listen, he's a young guy. He's still got plenty of time to sow his oats or whatever the fuck, man. He should get out there. He shouldn't fucking be putting up with this shit. He should find somebody who actually cares about him and appreciates his small penis.
You notice that she wouldn't even, when she was getting into the taxi, Chi-chan wouldn't even kiss him, saying not until marriage. Like, he was going in for a kiss, and she said not until marriage. In the meantime, she's deep-throating Long Man.
She literally had her mouth open, was like, please put your penis as deep as you can down my throat.
Yes.
That was the dialogue. It was in the subtitles.
Yes, it was.
I don't have to fucking speak Japanese, okay? I can read English, and that's what it said.
Barely.
She was sitting there with her jaw.
She detached.
Dislocated like a fucking snake. Eating a rabbit. What the fuck was that?
That was
I think this is fucked up. I think that I think this is just it's just a terrible situation. I think he should get out while he can. I think she should stop stringing him along like that.
Toru needs to leave.
He told her. Well, I mean, the thing did end.
But
whatever.
wait a minute. Where do they go from there?
You want to know where they go from there?
Because Long Man appeared to... Well, Toru obviously was kind of into it. Because he was like, can I touch it?
Yeah, he likes cock. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
He likes cock.
A penis.
Listen, this is going to work out perfect for them. I'm going to explain the dynamic at the end of this. Truly. Chi-chan is infatuated with Long Man, and she's okay with Toru. She likes having him around because she kind of bosses him around, makes him feel like shit, and maybe she'll fuck him once in a while. Okay? So that's Chi-chan. Long Man obviously is bisexual because as soon as Chi-chan threw herself at him, he was like, oh, all right, yeah, let's fucking do this. And he fucking rammed it down her throat.
Yeah, he fucked both of them.
Hold on. But in the meantime, we know that Long Man, he's willing to fuck Chi-chan, but he really wanted Toru. Now Toru is clearly enamored for some reason with Chi-chan because of his...
You think it's going to be like a polycule type of
Of course, that's exactly where it went. Because Toru is fucking infatuated and enamored. He's enamored with Chi-chan, but he also likes how she abuses him. And now on top of that, you had fucking Long Man come around. This is the guy who's been fucking your lady, who's been cucking you. This is the man. And now he comes to you and says, he says, I love you. Now he's going to offer Toru to the love that Chi-chan has not been offering him. And how does Toru respond? With interest, with curiosity. This all came together perfectly for these three. Because now Chi-chan, Toru, and Long Man are going to have their triumvirate. The troika. The Vladimir Putin angle.
There's nothing that has anything to do with that man. Here. There's nothing. There's nothing here.
I don't know.
Remotely no, I do know, and you know. There's nothing remotely related to that man going on here in any capacity. No.
Somebody
no.
A journalist was murdered somewhere. Someone was pricked with like a poison needle, and
she lied to him about having a medical condition. I mean, think about that. Like, what was his response? He was like, oh, well, because he was still dating her after that. Like, okay, so you're dying, right? Which I would have really liked to have known, but because I'm not a piece of shit, I'm going to continue to date you. But you know what? You fucked another guy. You have like 6 months left to live. You fucked another guy because his long penis reminds you of
a long life.
A long life. That's pretty fucking flimsy, my guy. Yeah. Okay, so I think that right there he should have fucking got up and walked the fuck out.
Listen, Toru.
I just kind of hate.
disagree.
I kind of hate that he let himself be treated this way.
I disagree with you, Michael. This
and he
is
deserves
what he
better.
Wanted. This
and
is
I hope
what
he
wanted.
I hope he gets it from Long Man. And I hope she fucking just fucks off and gets nothing and never has happiness again. in her life.
You're wrong.
That's what I hope goes down.
This is the perfect trinity of like fucking like
So she's gonna live in a fucking like 3-way relationship with two men.
They all are.
While at the same time being like I guess the word is prudish enough to not allow him to kiss her before they get married.
Well, they are married now.
She's old-fashioned enough to say, "Don't kiss me before marriage." You know, right after fucking long man was balls deep in her throat. By the way. Okay. Yet she's willing to live in a 3-way relationship. I don't think that's the postscript to this story.
You know what the obvious link we're missing here is?
What?
Where is the mutant?
Please don't say
from
Vladimir
the last
Putin.
commercial, who has the fucking the mouth in the back of his throat. We need to throw him into this mix.
I don't think we need to do that.
We need to.
I don't think we need to do that. I think we need to end this podcast.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us today, whenever this gets published. It'll probably be about 2 weeks from the initial recording of it. I hope you enjoyed whatever this was.
Whatever the fuck this was.
Whatever this disaster. I think Japan is a really cool fucking place, and I really want to go there one day. That's a bucket list thing for me, man, to go to Japan.
Yeah, it's definitely on my bucket list as well. I'll be honest with you. I really do. I've read some Japanese authors. I like some Japanese artists. I'm not talking about, manga. I don't read manga.
He wants you to know he's not a weeaboo.
I'm not a weeaboo, but
a weeaboo.
Living,
he can't even say it.
Weeaboo. Living in New York City, there's a lot of like authentic good sushi places. I'm sure most of them don't compare to fucking Japan.
And Japanese people eat things other than sushi.
Yeah, pork. They eat a lot of pork apparently because
have fucking
it's
Japanese like those rolls with the pork belly.
They're very
those soft fucking
I know what you're
rolls,
talking about.
those with hot buns or whatever.
I've heard
fuck.
that pork is kind of like it's not, there isn't a lot of it in Japan, and that's why people love eating it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like they eat a lot of pork in Japan as well. I'm fucking porky myself. God, I'm getting fucking hungry. Let's get out of here and eat.
Yeah, we were trying to do that. Why don't we do that?
Yeah,
okay, again, I tried to say good night, good day. Whatever time of day you happen to be listening to this, I want you to know that I really appreciate it. That you guys are sticking with us, even though we're morons, and I know Pussy does too.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for anyone who listens to this. We hope that you have a good time. We hope that you find this entertaining. We put a lot of work into it. Mike puts even more work into it than I do, since he has to edit it and do all the software magic shit.
I have to listen to him.
He's got to listen to me.
I have to be near him and smell him.
Do you smell that? Is that me? Is
it?
It
is.
I smell so bad.
He's
even I'm starting
himself.
to smell myself.
He's smelling himself.
Oh shit! Let's get out of here.
But guys, yeah, love you. Thanks for listening. And penis.
Penis.
Penis. Penis.
What can I say?
Penis. Penis. Penis.
Penis. Putin.
Penis. You bastard.